Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spin Cycle, the show for short reviews of albums new and old. And today I'm going to be talking about Alter Bridge's new album, The Last Hero, which was released on October 7th, 2016. Alter Bridge has been a fairly successful rock band for over a decade now. They're from Orlando, and they formed when Miles Kennedy joined the former members of Creed, and that included Mark Tremonti, Brian Marshall, and Scott Phillips, and they basically created Alter Bridge after Creed disbanded in 2004. Now, the three members of Creed actually reunited with Scott Stapp for Creed's last album, Full Circle, in 2009, but they have not gone back to join Creed since. At this point, I think it's safe to say that they are Alter Bridge more than they are Creed. And Alter Bridge certainly is a hard rock band. They are very melodic, but they do have some alt metal elements in their music as well. Of course, when you have a guitarist like Mark Tremonti, who is a wide-ranging guitarist, you know you're going to get that sort of sound. In fact, his side project, Tremonti, is more alt metal than Alter Bridge. It goes even more into the metal spectrum. The lineup has not changed since their inception in 2004, which is good for a band if you want to be consistent, obviously have the same members. But obviously, since they have three of the members from Creed, they've been forced to shake the notion that they sound just like Creed, which I don't think they do, at least on this album. For me, this is the first Alter Bridge album that I've actually bought, and I bought it because of the live performance I saw them at last month. But I have heard various songs over the years, and I know at least they are interesting. I just had never gotten into them before now. So The Last Hero is their fifth studio album following Fortress in 2013. Now, the band toured in support of Fortress through 2014, and then they used 2015 to both write the new album as well as pursue their own interests, both side projects, family, whatever. After recording the album, they began touring again in 2016, where they supported Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin, and you can actually see my I Was There Last Night review of that concert. It was a fantastic show. And that was also a great tour to give them more varying exposure. Following a band like Disturbed or Breaking Benjamin, obviously they fit in with a band like Breaking Benjamin, but it's good to get more of that fan base acquainted with their sound on a tour like that. Lyrically, the album is pertinent to the modern, heated political landscape that we find ourselves in. One can certainly empathize with the hopeless cry for a real hero. And in fact, the lyric from Show Me a Leader is, "We need a hero this time or we will never survive." And that is sad but true. But again, I digress. This is definitely a release from a band who has honed their craft for years. Kennedy's vocals are very strong. In fact, they remind me of Chris Cornell at times on the album. And the music is solid rock and roll, but it can be a little bit predictable at times. It still follows that rock and roll formula. Regardless, you can depend on Mark Tremonti to shred a few solos, and he absolutely does throughout the album. Start to finish, the album is very consistent. It's almost like any song on the album could be a single. And since I don't listen to radio, I don't even know which ones are singles. So four of the highlights from this album are Poison in Your Veins, which just has this fantastic solo from Mark Tremonti. My Champion, which is a really positive and empowering rock ballad. You Will Be Remembered, which is another moving rock ballad. It almost sounds, I can almost imagine that one is for the troops or something in that regard. It certainly has that feel to it. And then Island of Fools, which is actually one of the heavier songs on the album, which obviously is going to appeal to me. It's just a great heavy song and a fantastic addition to the album. But my favorite song would have to be Show Me a Leader, which kicks off the album, and it does so with a lot of energy and a relevant message. It's just another one of those songs that when you set the pace right off the bat, then you know the rest of the album is going to be similar in that sort of vein, and this song certainly is indicative of the rest of the album. Overall, on its own, this is a solid album with strong vocals from Miles Kennedy and impressive guitar work from Mark Tremonti. Every song is catchy, even though there isn't a lot of variation from the formula. Whatever the formula is that they've established, you hear it in this album. But it's also clear that they've mastered their sound over the years, and they show unwavering confidence in their particular style. So I'm impressed with this album, I enjoy it, and I recommend giving it a chance. Now, my top 5 for the week. I say I like rock music, but you can't always tell because I listen to so much metal. So what do I actually like in rock? Here's 5 for you. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop, off of the album By the Way. That's just a fun, funky song. Seether, off of their album Disclaimer, the song Sympathetic. That's just another great Seether song. Evanescence, one of my personal favorite bands. Imaginary, off of their album Fallen. Cold, a band that gets a lot more crap than they deserve, but I absolutely love them. The song Remedy, off of Year of the Spider, is a great track from Cold. And then about the closest I get to California punk is The Offspring with One Fine Day, off of their album Conspiracy of One. That is a great hooligan song. If you've heard Alter Bridge's new album, let me know what you think of it. If you liked it, didn't like it, if there's any of your favorite tracks off the album. And that's it for this episode of Spin Cycle. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Hey gang, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, you can click to subscribe to check out my other videos right here on YouTube. Or you can click the link to check out my website to find out about all of my other projects, including my podcasts, as well as my books. So what do you say? Click away.